Hello, everyone. Welcome to Health Talk. I'm Evelyn Hatfield. Today, we're going to have some fun. With the holidays being just around the corner, Vicki and I would like to share with you our holidays do-it-yourself holiday handbook.
That's correct, yes.
Okay.
And we broke chapter one is going to be fun on the run. And we all know that during Christmas and all the holidays during this time of year, it's really important to continue to exercise. It's a mood lifter, it makes you
Absolutely.
feel better, and it's going to keep off those pounds that we might be gaining time of all that eating. And we want to maintain our ideal weight because that's healthy. And
Okay.
you know what your ideal weight is, right?
Is it the weight that we put on our driver's license?
Exactly, the weight you put on your driver's license.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about things that don't count as exercise. Running a red light, jumping to conclusions, flying off the handle, pushing your luck.
Don't we do that a lot?
Absolutely. How about beating the air?
Oh, absolutely.
Carrying things too far?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And throw. So now that we're talking about weight, let's
Okay.
go to the next chapter.
Okay. This is a good one. Chapter 2 is cheating on the sweets. And here's some holiday eating tips. They tell you to eat in advance, but you know what? You want to do that because you'll be too full to enjoy the buffet.
Good point.
And so they also always tell us to skip the sugar and skip the sugar, but we always want to go to the sweet. So if you see a full tray of veggies, go next door and look for the good stuff. So even if you have to go around the corner just to see if the good stuff like cookies and cakes and things
Yeah.
like that, I think that's a good thing. You know why?
Tell me.
Because, you'll meet new friends while you're going around the corner.
Well, and then next year you'll know.
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely. And so, how people always want to offer you a slice of pie or want to offer you a pie. So just the tip would be just ask for one sliver because remember 16 slivers on pie, so you can
Right.
really have the whole pie if you just eat one piece at a time.
And there's less calories in the sliver, right? It's
Absolutely.
like when you break a cookie in half the
Absolutely.
calories
Half the
ooze out.
calories. I
That's,
like that.
yes.
And they also tell us to go easy on the carbs. We hear that. Don't eat as many carbs. But you know what? Carbs come in the form of mashed potatoes, but you
Mm,
got to make sure you always have enough gravy for those mashed potatoes.
absolutely gravy.
And they always tell us not to eat bread, but it's important that when you eat bread, make sure you have plenty of
I'm
um,
hungry
you're
already.
hungry
Aren't you
already.
already?
They also tell us drink between bites, but make sure you're drinking real eggnog because a lot of times they want to give you water.
Mm-mm,
Mm-mm.
mm-mm.
Once a year you only get real eggnog, so drink it up. Drink as much eggnogs as you want. Um, and they tell us to use small plates. Let's try to see how many small plates we can use when you go to the buffet. They give
Yeah.
you these really tiny plates and they expect you to fill them up. I think the way you can get around that is you can fill up. So if you know, you're juggling all those plates, people won't pay attention to the fact that you have probably 10 small plates. They'll look at the plates, they'll look at the fact that you have good talent.
I know, juggling. Mm.
Right. And they also suggest that you set realistic goals. So you can't eat in sight. So find what you really like and stand guard,
I think that's
making
terrific. And if
making
you
sure.
stand up straight, do you think that will give the impression that
Oh,
this is my stuff?
oh, absolutely. And I think you'll look slender too,
Yeah.
saving on the weight
Hey, yes.
and staying positive. You are positively going to enjoy the buffet and be mindful of portion control.
Yes.
So first, get to the goodies, and you can be the You get to the goodies.
I like that
You like
idea.
the
Tell
ideas?
me more.
So what if you tell people, so you're not going to get any more. You're done eating now, so that way you're ensured to have as many goodies as you would like. What about that? How
I
do you
like
like that?
that, and I like the other one you have here.
Mm-hmm.
Just say, I think I saw a fly in the mashed potatoes.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one
That'd be
because
a deterrent, don't you
oh,
think?
absolutely. People would surely not eat those mashed potatoes if they thought they were a fly. Right. De-stressing, so don't worry, you can't eat all the mashed potatoes, but just do your best. And remember, I was just, I'm sure you were just kidding about the fly and the mashed potatoes, but remember to guard that gravy because the gravy is so.
Carbs go down,
Oh,
don't you
absolutely.
think?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Mashed potatoes sometimes get caught up in your throat, and you need the extra gravy so it just slides right on. And by the way, the eggnog
A
too.
swig of eggnog,
Yeah,
yes.
absolutely,
A healthy swig,
absolutely.
yes.
And it says, but not too long.
Hmm.
1 minute should be sufficient. So after 1 minute, then you can go back and eat some more.
Yes.
So this chapter also talks about know when to say no. For example, to say no, thank you. I don't want the carrot and the celery sticks. No, I don't want mashed potatoes, and no, I don't want any water. I still like the eggnog. I want to stick to that. And no, I'm not ready to go home. People expect you to go
Mm,
home after you've been eating a lot.
yeah.
So, but no, I'm not ready to go home yet.
I tell you, I really like those tips you shared.
Okay.
Um, Things we talk about often is that people get stressed out because of finances during the holidays. We're expected to give gifts and do all other sorts of things. So
Hmm.
chapter 3 is resents the presents.
Okay.
And we don't want to excessively spend during the holidays because it
Oh
catches
no.
up the year.
Oh
And we've
no.
got those bills to pay.
Absolutely.
And that's going to be stressful, bringing us into a stressful new year. So we're going to set limits.
Okay.
Only buy gifts for yourself.
Okay.
Okay?
I like
Easy.
that.
One person on your list. Clip coupons. Make sure they're give them to your friends and family
Okay.
members. Okay?
Okay.
Make sure you give of yourself. This is really important, and it's free. Attend all the buffets you can. See?
I
Be
like
there,
that.
be present. You can eat as much as you want, and it's going to do a couple of things for you. It's going to cut down on your food bill
Okay.
first.
So I have enough reserve there. Okay.
Absolutely. And ask the host or hostess for a doggy bag. It doesn't
Okay.
matter if you don't have a dog. I'm sure
Okay.
someone you know has a dog.
Oh,
Of tomorrow's meal and maybe 2 days if you're
okay.
really lucky. Then we're going to talk about re-gifting.
Oh, I like that
Do you like that
regifting.
idea?
I
I do
really
too.
do.
You select the gift that keeps on giving. And one word of caution though, make sure, look at the tag, if there's a tag on it, that it doesn't have somebody's name already written in it.
Uh,
Because it might say to Evelyn, and you don't want to give a
right.
to Evelyn gift
To
to
give it
someone
to
else.
yeah.
Right. So don't give it back to the person who gave it to. However, if you should make that mistake and say you gave somebody back that they gave you and they say, well, Evelyn, didn't I give you this last year? This is how you answer that.
Okay.
You know what? I loved it so much I bought you one. Does
Okay.
that sound good?
That sounds
That sounds really
great.
good.
That sounds great.
And then the last thing is, most of us can do a few, be creative. And so I brought with me just a few of the homemade gifts that you and I
Yeah.
talked about and put together.
Right. Let's see some of those.
Yeah. So the handmade card.
Okay.
You can put jewels and gems and glitter and all that
Do it
kind
any
of
kind of
stuff.
way you like, huh?
And it can double as reindeer
Oh,
antlers.
okay.
Handmade card. Okay. I'll just set this right here by Maxine.
Okay.
The next one is our lovely snowman. And it says right here, you've been naughty this year, so here's the scoop. All you get for Christmas is snow.
I think I have somebody in mind I'd like to give that
I
to.
do too. And you know what's good about this?
Uh-huh.
It won't melt.
Okay.
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 All right. The next thing is a dual hair dryer, and it gives you directions. You could just put it in a nice bag like this, and it says inflate the balloon, hold it next to your hair, let the hot air out, and repeat steps 1 and 2 as many times as you need to. This is me one, and
Absolutely.
you can have a friend. See, red and green for Christmas, your friend can help. So you can have a dual hair dryer.
Okay. I like that idea because it's very inexpensive.
It's inexpensive and you'll have a lot of fun with
Okay.
this. All right. Next thing is our gift card. You know, everybody likes gift cards at Christmas time, and I think for family members this is really good. And you can say to whomever, but here we just put Fran, dear Fran, for Christmas I got you $25 worth of lottery tickets. I went ahead and scratched them off for you. You won $2, and here they are.
And here's your $2.
Or you could say
$1.
$1,
Okay.
or sorry, you're a loser.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And then you could put love mom at the bottom or whatever. Okay. And then, you know, it's been so over the years, they get this wonderful gift, and what do you see on the outside of the box? Battery not included.
Oh, I hate that.
I know, especially when you have kids that are wanting to play the game and you need a battery.
Yeah.
So here we have our batteries
Okay.
that says gift not included.
I like that even better.
So those are some ideas for being creative during the holidays. Very inexpensive, lovely gifts to pass on to your favorite people.
But you know what, Vicki? As we were talking about those things, it talks about snapping the wrap. Like you can not only do handmade gifts, but you can be creative in how you design them, you know, as a gift.
Yes.
And I have some things here with me today that we talk. Like to see
Oh,
those?
please.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
So they talk about repurposing the gift wrap. So, you know, here we go. Something that you can kind of put together, some gift wrap, perhaps used. You use that?
But it looks like really kind of crumpled like that, sort of antique.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it almost looks like a doll. Almost. Okay.
I like that.
And you know another one, and this is the one that I think that we don't use as often, but you know when you're a little short in cash, what about the old newspaper wrap? This is pretty nicely wrapped.
And look, it's colorful.
It definitely is, and it has cartoons on it. So if anything, they can enjoy just reading the cartoons.
I think that's terrific. I love that.
And one more. I'm going to use some new toilet paper, not used toilet
Yeah,
paper.
careful now.
that's, that's critical. It must be new paper. But look at this. You can gift toilet paper. And that's a very inexpensive way.
Right. That's good for that snowman poop.
Yeah, absolutely. Give it some toilet paper in the gift as well. So,
And that brings us to chapter 5.
okay.
And this is one of the things that, you know, people don't do so much baking now because we're all so busy rushing around and things. So this is called faking the baking.
Okay.
So we've just talked about repurposing some things, repackaging, wrapping paper. So this is going to be how we're going to fake the baking.
Okay.
Go to your favorite store, whatever that might be, and purchase a sweet treat, something that looks good to you. Pie, cake, cookies, or something like that. You just want to be mindful that if you fuzzy stuff, that you wipe it off. Okay.
Oh, you do that before you give it.
Yeah, before you give it. And if
Okay.
anything is oozing, you probably don't want
I
to
don't think so.
give that either.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a bad sign, oozing. So you're going to remove the treat from that package and you're going to arrange a platter, maybe a cheap plastic Christmas dish that you got, and it's going to look so nice. If it's iced, you might want to just kind of brush against the icing so it won't look too uniform,
Okay,
so that
I
people,
get it. So you're trying to give a gift, perhaps if you don't feel like baking, that is, it looks like you've done it. Okay, okay,
you could put, like we said, maybe a sticker on here that says "From the kitchen of Evelyn," or
okay,
"Made by the hands of Evelyn."
okay.
The other thing might be if friends or family members are dropping by and you want to give that ambiance of having baked something,
Oh
just
yeah.
buy some little gingerbread men, burn a Yankee candle that's gingerbread scented
Oh
so it can
yes.
fill the house. And if you have cupcakes, again, you want to smear the top so they don't look too uniform.
Yeah.
Put a little icing on your cheek. It'll make it look just like you were
It looks like
baking.
I baked all day.
And the other thing is, if you're desperate, sometimes very well intentioned friends may give you something that they baked. You may not like it, it may
Okay.
have green stuff on it. Then you can repurpose it and pass it along. But like with the gifts that
Like
we
with the
talked
gift.
about, don't
Okay.
give it back to the person who
Who
gave it
gave
to
it
you.
to you?
Yeah.
And it probably anyway.
Well, you know, it may not have. My
Okay.
dad used to, there was a lady that used to come to his shop and would always bring him bread for Christmas, and so it went from the counter to the trash
To the
can. I mean, you
trash.
could have used it for a doorstop.
Okay.
So, you
It
know,
was that
it
hard.
was that hard.
Wow. Okay, so now we're down to. Did you cover everything that you had in
I
this?
think so, yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're down to chapter 7, and it's just saying no. And about some of the tips for a stress-free holiday. And they talk about 11 things that Americans dread about Christmas, according to a 2015 survey by the Consumer Reports National Research
Yeah.
Center.
And that
And
was just last year.
yeah,
So it's
oh yeah,
recent. Yeah, very
absolutely.
recent.
And it stated that 68% of the people dread crowds and long lines. Hey, gifts we just
That's
talked
right.
about. Don't have to get
Avoid the
into a
lines.
line.
Yeah.
Yeah. 37% were concerned about gaining weight. You know, what's the best thing to do when you're worried about your weight?
Stay off the scale.
Stay off that scale.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 37% were concerned about getting into debt. So gifts are made and buffets help with the food bill. So again, making your gifts and you eat that buffet, take the doggy bags, got plenty of food.
Yep, I love it.
28% talks about gift shopping. So you're done. You just made all of your gifts.
Hmm.
Traveling, 25% said that they dread that. So stay home. You
Yeah.
don't need to even go out.
Now that's a good tip.
A good one. 24% seeing certain relatives. Now, everybody has a relative, everyone, that
Yes.
sometimes it brings chills up your spine when you know they're coming. So, you know what? They suggest that you keep your eyes closed so you don't have to see the
That's
person.
right.
You might hear them in the next room, but you don't have to see them.
That's right.
And 23% talk about they dread seasonal music because some
Hmm.
people just don't like seasonal music. But you know what they suggest for that? Pull out the earplugs.
Yep.
You know, it's a way to cut down on that music. 19% talk about getting disappointing gifts.
Yeah.
And the whole thing about regifting that you talked about,
Hmm.
great idea. 16% talks about having to attend holiday events. So just saying no, remember? And you can still eat at the buffet.
Yeah.
15% talks about having to be nice, and this is arbitrary, we know,
Yeah. Yeah.
having to be nice, you know. 12% talk about holiday tipping. So instead of tipping, just provide the server with a pleasant tip, such as don't throw a brick straight up,
That's a
or,
good tip.
or if you're riding a bicycle downhill, turn your head before you spit. Oh, wow. But it's so much fun just laughing and even though we're talking about the holidays, a fun time. What is Maxine doing here? She's a funny lady.
She is, but she's cranky.
That's
And
true.
one thing we don't want to be during the holidays is out of sorts and cranky,
And cranky.
because when you have humor and you're stress free, it's a lot easier to socialize. I think we talked about that last month
Hmm.
about, people want to be around other folks who are pleasant and those kinds of things. They invite you out more. But just if we could talk a little bit maybe about what are the benefits of laughter and humor
Hmm.
and why that's
Hmm.
important.
I've always just been in the mental health field. It by humor it helps to improve one's mood. It does a lot for the mood. Somewhere I read where they stated that it takes fewer muscles to smile than it does to frown. So I think just having humor and laughter can be something that's very positive, and
Yes.
it gives you a sense of, even if you laugh on your own
Mm-hmm.
and laugh at yourself. I do that all
Yes.
the time, is
Yes, I
laugh
hear
at
you.
myself. And so it does some good. It gives the flow of positive chemicals in the brain, don't you
Yes.
think?
Yeah, and like with kids, they laugh so much, and
Yeah.
you say, "Hi, how are you?" and they start
They
giggling.
start
And
giggling.
somewhere along the line, it seems like we miss that. Maybe we get too busy. And I always say, all of us do dumb things.
Don't
So
we?
learn to laugh at yourself. It'll free you. It gives other people laugh with you, laugh at you. It will
Right.
benefit them.
Absolutely.
Yes,
And I think laughter is contagious.
it
When
is.
somebody starts laughing and they're laughing hysterically, I start laughing, so that's kind of nice.
And so when you finish that laughing, how do you feel?
Oh, actually, I feel renewed, and I just feel like I've been picked up and
Yeah,
lifted into this good place.
yeah,
Yeah, so, but with the holidays coming, I know some people probably are under stress, and
hmm
so I know I would recommend that they laugh a little, fun things, be around people, just do something for someone else, because
yes,
that always helps
yeah.
the person, who's
And
doing it.
try to be around people who are fun people, who can
Yes,
appreciate that,
absolutely.
some really good
So
ideas.
I think we're coming down to the end of our show,
Yes,
and I truly enjoyed this special occasion today, Vicky.
me
So
too.
the handbook I think is really good, and it's
If
called Holidays.
holidays, yes, if
Holidays.
you could just see our little holidays guy. Yep,
Yes, yes. So I would like to say happy holidays to all of you and wishing you the best.
and a really, really happy, peaceful new year.
Absolutely. Thank you.